Alright, Basket has returned with all the things that the mummy has gotten for us back at the castle of Uruk. We have the first stolen Abydos jewel. Imhotep, he knew something fishy was going on. Now this confirms it. Very interestingly enough, we also have the Wings of Abyss, which will unlock many new things that Sphinx can do in Heliopolis as well as in Abydos. One of the things is the new gauntlet area that we will complete in the next video. However, we are getting this stuff now. We also received the onyx scarabs that the mummy got, and we are now looking for the Book of the Dead, as Imhotep has just told us. It is in the cursed palace somewhere, and if we have the Book of the Dead, we'll be able to summon Basket at our leisure whenever we find a canopic vase. So Imhotep vanishes into thin air, and now we can check out our new awesome somersault jump, and we can do a slam with the somersault jump with the Blade of Osiris. Skaboom! Alright, we are going to exit this shrine. Alright, save the game if you will, and then swim across to this area over here. Watch out for the fish. As you can see, that guy on the boat is back. You can pay to be transported back to Abydos, but we'll never have to pay to be transported again. We're going to go when we have the amulets. So you see this hut area over here. If you go inside, break this jar, you get what we have, an Aten eye. An Aten eye. An Atun eye? I'm calling it an Aten eye. So we have these Aten statues, and if you put 2 eyes into each of the statues will disappear and become a spot with like flame. If you run over it, you are able to go very fast for a limited amount of time. Becomes very useful in our quest and very efficient because it's quite a big land to traverse. We have the Slim Burble in this animal warren, as we saw before when we knocked over the boulders. However, there is an Eye of Ra post over here that is brittle, and of course, what is best for the Slim Burble when it gets mad and it explodes? Brittle things such as the Eye of Ra post. So let's make this Slim Burble mad. And that one is destroyed. Now we will not get hit by the ray. We have another Aten eye here. That makes 2. We can eliminate 1 Aten statue. If you swim out of your way to this side area, it looks like just part of the background, but you actually can jump up there now that we have the somersault. Alright, you jump up here and we have some scarabs and a 3rd Aten eye in this jar here. There are 3 treasure chests in the game that have 100 scarabs, and this is one of them, so you want to go here. As of right now, we have the small scarab pouch, which can hold a maximum of 400 scarabs. So we're trying to get a full 400 by the next time we go to Abydos, because there are monsters in that shop that we need to buy in order to donate to the museum, and it could run you quite a bit. Swim back along. And since we have 2 Aten eyes, we're going to put them into this statue over here so that we can run a little faster towards that Great Wall. As you can see, it disappears and you have this kind of smoky flame area. It's called an Aten disc. You run over it and you can run very fast for a brief period. How fast? Want to watch out for the Eyes of Ra. You really want to stay on the outskirts of this area for now until we get the capture beetles and we can capture some Slim Burbles to defeat those Eyes of Ra posts. A lot of scarabs here, and now we have the power of Horus. Perfect. And then you got these that you can do a somersault slam to open the gate. Switches like that can be activated by the slam. Enter Anubis Tower. These are almost bulls. You hit them, if they go to that smoky area, they will regain their life, so you want to defeat them before they go over there. They kind of regain their health. Alright, and once they're all dead, this door will open and you can enter this big area. It's a big area, but it's actually quite straightforward. We're going up to get the blowpipe, and once we have the blowpipe, we just have to go to a room on each side of the area, and then we go to the middle to meet with Anubis. A lot of scarabs there. Perfect. What we really want is the fire armadillo to burn this crate, giving us the oh so important glyph key, which will activate an elevator of sorts. One thing to note about these fire armadillos is they will respawn. If you kill them, they'll respawn in the same spot, 2 of them. Be very useful later on when we have to capture many fire armadillos. That's one of the biggest area. Other than the Slim Burble, we use fire armadillos quite a bit of times during the game. Ooh, is this a sequence light puzzle? We're good at those. Step in the middle. And we've had just so much practice on this. We can do this in our sleep. And crush. Want to pull this lever? Not quite far enough. Open this door and here we get the blowpipe. There are many different kind of darts in the game, as well as a dart upgrade that will hold you more darts. Now, when it comes to gameplay, admittedly, I'm pretty weak at using the blowpipe. I'm not the best. But I work with what I got. Alright, so first off, you want to hit this target with the blowpipe. Which will bring this platform over here, and you basically want to carry this stone with you. You want to carry this stone with you to both sides of the area. Hit it again, it'll bring you all the way to the other side. Throw the stone, you'll see a knives cat, a new enemy in the game. We'll have 2 knives cats. Well, and a crab hands. A knives cat and a crab hands. Pick up the stone. Put it on the button. That'll unlock this door. Whoa! Alright, and we have a wasp spider over here. Pay no mind. Just annihilate. And pull the lever, which will make it a little bit... Okay, not so much. We have one more lever to pull before we can reach our destination. Watch out for the flames. Right, now that we have completed this area, we'll pick up the stone, put it back over here, and rinse and repeat on the other side. Again, big area, but quite straightforward. This area can prove to be a real pain if you end up dropping the stone or leaving it on the other side. It's a big time waster if you do that, because if you drop the stone, it'll reappear, and you have to bring it back. And if you leave it somewhere, it's even worse. You have to go back to where you were and grab it again. So you want to keep that stone nice and close to you. Alright, once you strike that target, we are on our way to the other side, where we will get the same enemies. A couple of crab hands. And we'll do the same thing. Pick up the stone, put it on the button. You got this little Cyclops enemy. We're going to ignore him here. They're kind of a pain to kill. We'll get some of those later. And we finally hit the last lever, and we are able to get to our destination. We don't need the stone anymore. You can just go back without it. Goodbye, stone. Alright, once you get back to the middle, you want to go over this bridge and go to the platform in which we have created for ourselves. Anubis is right through this door, but not before we deal with a big bull. They will swing 3 or 4 times and then go up to you and slam down like that, which gives you a good opportunity to go behind them and slam them. These enemies are pretty easy once you get the hang of what you're doing. And once he is gone, that gate will release, giving you access to Anubis's room. My pronunciation is all over the place with Anubis. This game has such huge rooms. Alright, in order to free the people from the cursed palace, we must prove ourselves worthy. We're gonna walk onto the lava, show our bravery. Our second quest is to capture 3 fire armadillos, and here is where we acquire the capture beetles. We have 20 capture beetles. There is a capture beetle pouch upgrade, which will allow us to carry 50 capture beetles, which we will get way later in the game. But when breaking jars, you get extra capture beetles, so you never really run out if you're trying to find them. Alright, we'll assign the capture beetles to button L. And go back. We need to capture 3 fire armadillo, and we know exactly where some fire armadillo are. You can capture other enemies, such as the cobra, but we kill them in 1 hit. Oops! We'll get a cobra a little later. Alright, yeah, if you drop from that high, you'll get hurt. So, just heads up. Alright, so we're going to start capturing fire armadillo. The way capturing works is you got to hit them within an inch of their life. When they're one hit away from death, they will blink yellow. And once they blink yellow, you are able to release a capture beetle, and when the capture beetle touches them, you will capture that monster. The only two types of monsters in the game that you can re-release once you capture them are Slim Burbles and Fire Armadillos. However, if we are going to play 100% and donate everything to the museum, we need to capture one of every single monster that we can in the game. There are a certain selection of monsters in which you cannot capture, and those are available in the monster shop, and there's also a couple that are already on display in the museum, such as the electric eel, that lava monster that we ran into at the beginning of the game, and the chihuahua. So instead of just capturing 3 fire armadillos here and going right back to Anubis, we are going to capture 10 and really set ourselves up for success so that we have to do minimal farming throughout the game. The goal here is to only farm in certain areas and basically have everything we need for when we get there. There's a lot of things to burn, so we need a lot of fire armadillos. Plus, we have to donate a fire armadillo to the Abydos Museum at some point. If you capture extra of an enemy and you have more than one and you already donated to the museum, you can sell them at the monster shop and get some scarabs for the monster. We'll be utilizing that tool a little later in the game as well in order to fill up our money and maximize our buying power at the monster shop. Unfortunately, a lot of the upgrades in the game... I killed that fire armadillo. Whoops! Unfortunately, a lot of the upgrades in the game come from buying, so you need a lot of scarabs in this game. You need scarabs in this game more than a lot of games, but a lot of them come from scarabs, so we're going to need more scarabs than ever in this game. Alright, once you have your 10 fire armadillos, we are ready to go back and see Anubis. Ah, you succeeded. Yes, we have. I expected you to fail like your friend Horus. Horus? These cursed stones will free 2 inhabitants of the cursed palace. Success. You can release fire armadillos and slim burbles. I already told them. Alright, something's telling me he may call upon us again in the future. That's fine. Alright, now that we have our fire armadillos and we have our cursed stones, we can go back to the cursed palace and free 2 inhabitants. Save your game if you wish. And I wish. Don't jump from too high or you'll get hurt. And exit Anubis Tower.